Hey everyone, I hope you guys are enjoying Monster Hunter Rise or Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak in whatever console or platform you're choosing to play it on. Today we're going to be checking out the second and one of the more interesting event quests that we have seen being added into the game as part of this week's pair of event quests. Remember that we are now just 3 more event quests away from the 4th free title update pretty much coming to a full end. There will be no more event quest after the next 3. One of those Capcom has already confirmed, so I'm sure I can openly talk about it, although I've already covered pretty much all the leaks regarding the event quest, and we know what the other 2 quests that we will be getting will be a part of. But one of the upcoming event quests that we are going to get, and most likely the last one that we're getting, which is somewhere around, I believe, April 19th, will be the Hazard Difficulty Flaming Espadas event quest, which we have been talking about. It certainly is one of those quests that is going to be, hopefully live up to the expectations, and I'm certainly hoping that, it does really, really put up a good challenge out there. But for right now, essentially what we did end up getting a more interesting quest in its own right. This quest is called Harvest Boon, that puts you up against a Kuluyaku and a Lagambi in the arena. Now the thing here is, this is a Master Rank 1-star quest, and this is now the second Master Rank 1-star quest that we got as part of the 4th free title update. The first one was the one that we got last week, Rookie Hunter's Welcome, that puts you up against pretty much every single raptor in the game, and of course Volvidon as a throwaway monster. This time around, however, with this Harvest Boon quest, what you end up getting is, of course, the chicken and the snow bunny. And the thing here is that we originally thought that both the Rookie Hunter's Welcome and the Harvest Boon event quest would actually end up dropping the very same week that Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak drops on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, Series X, and PC Windows. But of course, Capcom decided to go ahead and actually push back the release for April 28th. Therefore, we have these 2 quests that were supposed to be originally the quests that kind of unite and bridge both Rise and Sunbreak for all the platforms together. Now that's not actually ended up being the case. We spoke about this last week when Rookie Hunter's Welcome was dropped, and we kind of expected, maybe for them to hold it for at the very least the last week of free title updates, but they chose not to do that instead. And now here we are. Both quests ended up dropping separately with no direct connection to the release of Sunbreak on those PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows. And it's a little bit of a bummer, because it would have been nice to finally have all of the quests synced up together on all the platforms. However, we also found out in the last digital presentation that both PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows will be launching with just up to the 3rd free title update. So all this 4th free title update content will still not be available on day 1. And of course, the new content that we're getting on the 5th free title update, with a couple of new monsters and of course an entirely new wave of quality of life improvements, boost, and the true endgame experience, that will not be appearing on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows at the very least for the foreseeable future. Maybe around June, July, around E3, when E3 was supposed to take place. But as of right now, that does not seem to be the case. Now, as far as this quest is concerned, in the arena, the Kuluyaku and the Lagambi are just normal monsters. They don't have any higher parameters, higher resistances, higher damage, and higher health. Nothing along those lines. They're not even an anomaly at investigation. Therefore, they are going to go down pretty quickly. And that is just the nature of fighting, 1-star Master Rank monsters with the kind of gear that we have now set up, with the Curious Crafting maxed out, where most people already have, some pretty nifty armor setups, and these things just really don't stand a chance. However, one of the good things that you are going to be getting for doing this quest is that they have relatively big crowns. So if you're looking for big crowns, chances are you're going to find a massive Kuluyaku crown and a massive Lagambi. I don't believe there's a small crown tied to either of these 2 monsters. There usually is a low percentage chance, maybe a 10 to 15 to 12% chance that you will get a small crown if it's a big crown hunt. But in this one, that does not seem to be the case. So if you're just looking for big crowns for each of these 2 monsters, you're going to get it relatively easy here, but of course not a small crown. Now, as far as the fights are concerned, they're not going to put up a fight. You know, Kuluyaku, his egg, doesn't really do anything. It's going to spend a lot of the time knocked down on the floor. And Lagambi, I guess, could be the annoying one. But if you're looking at my gameplay, I mean, I get hit by the snowball a couple of times. It takes almost the entire fight for my health to kind of go down below half. So, you know, and I'm not even worrying about dodging that thing because it doesn't really make a difference. It's not ever going to do real damage to anyone. If you have proper gear, you shouldn't be too concerned with this quest whatsoever. There's no actual quest rewards here other than the crowns. So, you know, it feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity that they could have given us, you know, some, you know, actual rewards here. But of course, with the fact that they gave us the other buddy dress up party quest, which of course has, you know, palicles and palamutes, not just layered, but also actual stats, armor, you know, maybe they just decided to just give us more crowns and, you know, that call it a day. I don't know if that's the best way to go about giving us event quests with just where one is valuable, the other one kind of isn't. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not really going to complain. That seems to be the MO for Capcom going forward. Every single free title update gets north of 15 to 16 to 18 quests. And some of those quests are based, of course, on the release date period. Some of those quests just will never live up to the expectations. And that seems to be the way Capcom seems to like it. Now, the last thing I wanted to quickly touch upon is more related to the content that I have been working on for the channel. I do have a video coming up in the next few days. The video is already finished. I just have to post it. Where I'm going to be covering a developer interview that I've fully translated from the Japanese developers, discussing some details for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreaks and like content that, like the roadmap that they have, like the way that they designed the roadmap and the way that that's going to affect their design plans going forward. There are a couple of really interesting quotes there where they discuss their ideas regarding how Monster Hunter's post-launch content has shifted from both the original games back in like the 3DS or maybe even back to the PSP days to the way that they handle post-launch content after, you know, the 3DS days, and the way that they have kind of addressed it and looked at it. And so they have different perspectives on doing that. So that developer interview is something that I've kind of been wanting to translate for a little bit now. But again, I'm just one person, so it takes me a little bit of time to be able to get things like that done. But I'm certainly really proud of the work that I did on that. So I hope you guys enjoy that developer interview, where I think the developers do provide some little bit of tidbits as to the information we are going to be expecting to see later in September, when we start to hear more details regarding Monster Hunter 6. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.